Previously on Virtual Survivor, Macy was eliminated after a revote against Micah. The final four are Aiden, Micah, Xander, and Frankie. Who will make it to the final tribal council? Welcome to the challenge final four. For all of the viewers, there is a video recording of this full challenge that will be posted. It is an hour long, will be a little bit shorter with cuttings, so that is why we are going to be doing a summary in this episode to save time before the finale. This challenge is a final four relay. The first to finish wins. We will go over the contents right now. The first leg of the relay, the contestants were given 4 pictures. You'll be seeing them come up periodically. This is one of them. They have to research these 4 players and find a 4-digit number code and send it to me. The 4-digit number code is 1981. That was all of these players' birth year. The players that send these in will move on to leg 2. Leg 2 is simple. They have to send me a written out list of everybody who competed this season in alphabetical order by last name. That's right there up on the screen for you guys. That is the second leg of the relay. For the third leg of the race, after they got the first number code and then the list of names, they're given 4 more pictures that you can see here. That first one was John Carroll. This is Sari. There's going to be 2 more. They need to submit a 5-digit letter code. This letter code is a word. And these 4 players are all nurses. So the 5-letter code was nurse. The only nurses who competed on Real Survivor. For the fourth leg, the second to last one, they needed to submit a picture of coins set up like in the picture. That right there shows a code 1374. They needed to use the code 1981. This was the code that they used in the first leg. This is the fourth leg. Once they send in the picture, they are done. And for the final leg of the race, if and when that player gets there, or many players, they have to finish a puzzle, a difficult puzzle of this picture. The first to submit that wins the challenge. Now let's get to it real quick. This challenge started off great. Everybody eventually got past the first leg. The second leg was a trip up for some people. And then we got here. It was Aiden versus Micah. And Micah won. The interesting part, though, is that when Aiden submitted his finished puzzle seconds after Micah, he actually finished the puzzle quicker, but Micah was quicker on the other legs of the race, which means that Micah will move on to the final tribal council and has a chance to plead his case for the virtual fake $1 million. Welcome to Tribal Council Final Four. Fire represents your life. Who will make it to Final Tribal Council? Welcome to Tribal. We're going to keep going with challenges. Thank you, Bethany. Aiden, how do you feel about that aspect of the challenge?
Yeah, no, I just felt like I was so stupid. I was looking at like, oh, these 2 had won, so there's got to be a 1 involved. Like he was the 5th member of the jury, so there's a 5, and I was way overthinking it.
Micah, just for recording's sake, we just talked about how you feel and you feel comfortable. We're going to talk about the challenge in a second. You got that first test done without even actually getting the date that they were born correct. What did you do to get that right?
Well, kind of like Aiden said, there were 2 winners in there. So the ones, that's where the ones came from. And then the other 2 numbers were honestly just guesses. And the first one was a correct one. And then you said there was only 1 wrong. So I think you noticed I just kept going different numbers until finally I hit that 4th one correctly.
And sometimes that's a strategy you have to do. So you're safe tonight with that immunity necklace on. Aiden was a couple seconds away from finishing the challenge. Xander, you were only a couple seconds behind them. You had the puzzle a little bit longer. It actually took you 2 minutes longer to finish the puzzle, but you still only finished it a couple seconds after the other guys did. How does that feel knowing that you are also vulnerable tonight?
After that challenge, it was like, I think the reason why I was in first because I finished the fourth leg the fastest.
I think it was the third
And
leg, the nurse one.
okay, then
You got
yeah,
that
that makes
done
sense.
much quicker than anybody else.
And then that just really just made me happy. And then I like did the puzzle, and I started going really slow. Um, but it doesn't feel great to be vulnerable. But I'm just hoping that I can still make it past this tribal, even if I don't have immunity.
Frankie, you're the last one I haven't talked to yet. You did well the first half of that challenge. In the last half, you struggled a bit on, I think, the third or fourth leg. That's what happens in challenges sometimes. Where is your comfortability going into this tribal council to get into the final three?
Well, I kind of feel like I know where the vote is going, and I'm not like upset about it. Like I know that I know it's probably definitely going to be me. Like I'm not upset about it at all. I just know that I played the game that I played, and I'm happy that them three are going because I feel like they played a better game than me. Like moving forward.
Okay. Aiden, do you feel like it's a straightforward vote tonight?
I really hope so.
Xander, is it straightforward?
Yes.
All right. I don't think we have to ask him any more questions. I don't have to ask Micah this question. Frankie just kind of answered it. I'll throw this final one at Aiden and Xander. Aiden, you kind of answered it before I was recording. If you go home today, how do you feel? What's the thought process?
I mean, for sure, I'll be disappointed that if I go home, it'll be due to the fact that I was just a couple seconds behind on a challenge. But at the same time, I think I've played a good game. It's a game that I've been happy with. I've made the moves that I wanted to make. And if this is the end, it was fun.
Xander, if today is the last day for you, you're the last member of the jury. Do you feel like you did what you needed to do, or is there some loose ends that you wish you would have tied up?
I feel like it was pretty fun. Like if I go home today, I think, I played a game and I think it was pretty good, and I'm glad of how I played. And if I have to serve on the jury, then I'll still take that just as seriously as I would if I am a final tribalist. Um, yeah.
Well, I don't think I need to ask a lot of questions. There's only 4 of you guys. If anyone has anything they want to say, I always am going to offer that out. Otherwise, we can start voting. All right, at this time, you may send me your votes. Welcome back, everybody. I have the votes, and at this time, I will read them. The first vote, Frankie. The second vote, Xander. 1 vote Frankie, 1 vote Xander, 2 votes left. The third vote, Frankie. 2 votes Frankie, 1 vote Xander, 1 vote left. The final vote, and the last member of our jury, is Frankie. Frankie, thank you so much. Do you have any last words?
I just want to congratulate everyone for making the final 3, and I just want to thank you and Bethany for hosting this season because it was a really good season.
Thank you so much. Thank you for playing. Very much enjoyed you this season. You will get a say on who wins this game. You get all of today and part of tomorrow to talk with the jury in the Ponderosa chat. Thank you so much, Frankie.
Thank you.
Of course.
We love you, Frankie.
Bye.
Bye, Frankie.
Micah, Walls, Aiden, Chard, Xander, Calicdan. You guys are the final three of Virtual Survivor Season 1. Micah, how do you feel? You already knew you were here, but what's the thought process right now?
I'm just excited. After those two nerve-wracking votes and then getting a victory and being guaranteed this spot, it just feels awesome.
Aiden, what's the thought process?
I'm glad that, Micah stuck to his word. There was a little bit of paranoia going for me at the end that he was gonna go for me at the end, but I'm glad that he didn't.
And Xander, who may not be here. Well, I'm sure Xander is excited to be here. I'm excited for this. We will be talking later in the chat about what time tomorrow works for you guys. And I have some rules on how Final Tribal will work regarding the three finalists and the jury, and we'll be in contact today. The other thing, and Xander, it'll be messaged just so you guys know. Anytime today, as long as you let me know half an hour before, Bethany and I, and 100% me, if she's not available, we'll do one-on-one confessionals as much as you need, just about the end of the game. It might not be that long considering there's not much left that needs to be talked about, but if you want some final words said before the final tribal tomorrow, I want that as an offer. You guys have made it this far. You did what 13 other players couldn't do. And I thank you guys for your commitment to this season. I've appreciated it. I hope you guys have too. If you have any questions right now, I can answer them. If not, we'll be discussing stuff in the Wahi chat. Thank you guys so much.
All set. Thank you.
Amazing.